Just when the world has forgotten about Micro Four Thirds, one company in particular has re-entered the space and give me an interesting lens. And this is Yongnuo 17mm f1.7 STM for Micro Four Thirds. Hi, it's Cheng here from RED35 and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to look at Yongnuo's brand new Micro Four Thirds lens, the 17mm f1.7. The last time I reviewed a Micro Four Thirds lens from Yongnuo was the 12-35mm f2.8 to f4, and that was about 2 years ago. So it has been a while, and in fact, it's been a while for any sort of manufacturers who release an autofocus Micro Four Thirds lens, to be quite honest. Bar, of course, the Panasonic and OM system. Another interesting aspect for this particular launch is that both OM system and Panasonic hasn't launched any brand new prime lenses for quite a while. But all of the standard, let's say from Panasonic cam, the 15, the 25, and the 42.5, and Olympus/OM systems 17, 25, and the 45mm 1.8 primes, they are all very, very old, approaching 10 years. So that is a long time for any lens designs and is really, to me anyway, due for an update, whether it's going to be optical formulas or construction, for instance, adding weather seal. So for me, Yongnuo launching a brand new 17mm 1.7 is certainly very, very exciting. You will probably see a lot of smile from me throughout the entire video, simply because I am genuinely super happy and super excited to see a Micro Four Thirds autofocus lens. Full stop. It is that long that I've seen a good Micro Four Thirds lens. Well, to be quite honest, I mean, good or bad, I just want to see someone try. And Yongnuo has tried before, and Yongnuo has done some good ones and some not so good ones. The 42.5 f1.7 Mark II was pretty good to my eyes anyway. I like using that lens. And the 17 1.7, spoiler alert, it is actually pretty good too. But before I get to that, let's talk a little bit about, well, build quality. And I will have to say that it is a big step up from all the previous Micro Four Thirds lenses from Yongnuo. It's way better built, it's way better construction, very tight, very solid, just no squeaks or rattles anywhere. I love how they used it, kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it. The metal mount ring here is slightly, kind of like, not silvery, but more like titanium colors, big copperish color. It's kind of interesting to look at. And also, it does include a rather unique metal lens hood. So the rest of the body is plastic, but the metal lens hood is actually fixed onto the lens. You can't remove it, which I'll come to that a little bit later. But overall construction is as good as ever. You know, the AM/FM switch is solid there. It's quite stiff, which is good. Some of the lenses I tried these days, you know, the AM/FM switch is so loose that I always accidentally switched it. And so it's not very, very good. But this one is really interesting there. But more importantly, while we're talking about all the Panasonic and Olympus lenses before, and none of them were weather sealed, remember? And this guy, okay, it's not fully weather sealed, but it does have a rubber ring around the mount. So at least your sensor is protected. So the lens itself is, well, sacrificial if anything does happen. But anyway, you know, this besides the point. At least Yongnuo has done a seal around the mount ring here, so hopefully that will make sure that your sensor is well protected from dust and water. Now let's talk a little bit about the handling and also operational side of this lens. First of all, if you look at the size and then mount it on my Pen F, for instance, it does look good. You know, it's not overly big, but certainly way bigger than, let's say, a 25-1.8 from Olympus, and even bigger so than the same focal length Olympus 17mm 1.8. You can just kind of see that it's literally double the length. Yeah, weight-wise about the same because the Olympus version is full metal and this is plastic, so weight is about the same. So it is a bit bigger, for instance, and so if you're really looking for the ultra compact lens for your Micro Four Thirds cameras, and this probably won't be your first choice. However, like I said, the weight is about the same, so it's not going to weight you any more than, you know, one of these guys right here. Just a little bit longer, a bit fatter, that's all. So because of that, when you mount it on any Micro Four Thirds cameras, it does feel okay, you know, whether it's going to be a pen or an SLR style body like the OMD system, for instance, they're all okay. Operation, right, focusing ring smooth, good. Click key AM FM switch, good. But not so good is the fixed lens hood. Right, it's metal, which I kind of like, you know, but it's fixed. I can't remove the lens hood. I actually don't know what the reason was for making a fixed lens hood. Because, for instance, you can't use any sort of flat filter systems or anything that you may already invested in unless you have a very specific 52mm filters, then you can screw it on. And that's kind of it. That's really, really weird, you know, and I don't know the reasons behind it, and perhaps it's just my copy. I'm not entirely sure whether it's just my copy. I can't remove my lens hood, but anyway, presume that it's not removable, then that is going to be very, very weird. But anyway, apart from that, you know, and it's okay in terms of handling and operation. Well, one of the spoiler alerts I gave you right at the beginning of the video is that these guys performs. Yep, I like the lens, I like how it performs, I like how the images look like. If you don't believe me, let's have a look at these sample images. See, it's pretty sweet, right? So in terms of image quality and rendering, I think it's very much on par, surprisingly, to the Olympus 17mm f1.8. Shocking, right? But anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. Image quality is good. 1.7 out wide open is pretty sharp, you know, and it's really amazingly good. I like how it looks, the images, as you can see from my sample images there. Edge is a little bit softer, 1.7, but it does improve another level of sharpness by about f2. So yeah, if you want edge to edge sharpness, you may probably better off round to about 5.6 area, and that will be the optimal for this particular lens here. Earlier I said that this lens does render a little bit like the 17mm from Olympus, and that is a good thing, you know, because I always like how the Olympus lens renders. It just gives me kind of like a very filmic look, and this guy is no exception. Just like typical Yongnuo fashion, to be quite honest, they do render slightly differently, but I don't think that I would say one is better than the other. It just really depends on preferences, but I do think that this lens does perform, and because of that, the rendering kind of come into the overall draw of the image, and it just makes it quite spectacular to look at least. So I really genuinely like it. The bokeh quality is, yeah, probably similar to the Olympus versions. It would say slightly more harsh. I would say probably the specular highlight just ever so slightly harsher than the Olympus version. I wouldn't say it's particularly bad, and it's certainly reflecting the price that the Yongnuo lens has. So overall, I think the renders is good. The bokeh is also very good. If I have to nag about something about the Yongnuo lens, it has to be the distortion. Right, it has quite a severe barrel distortion, and you do need to create your own profile to correct it in post-production, because it doesn't have any lens profile built into any sort of camera to correct them, so you have to do it manually. And for me, in Lightroom, I have to use +13 for distortions, and that means you're going to lose some pixels. In fact, 4% pixels that you just have to be mindful about. So if you do extreme composition, for instance, remember to place your subject not so close to the edge, so allow some room for you to crop in a little bit. And also because of that, when you do video shooting, you're going to see distortion as well. So also remember to step up a little bit and to allow some room for corrections in post-production. Another thing to note is, well, fringing. even when the lens is stopped down. I do find a little bit of fringing going on in extreme high contrast scenarios against black and white, and you know, even when the lens is stopped down to f8, for instance, which is a little bit unusual. Vignette does happen between f1.7 to f2.8, for instance. It's not huge, you know, but you can have about 3/4 of a stop lost, so it's not significant. It's quite easy to correct in post, but for me, I don't mind a little bit of vignette. Just give it a little bit of extra pop or extra character from a lens when shoot wider than 1.7. So these are the characteristics that this lens does have, and so yeah, as long as you work within those limits, you should be quite happy with the lens. And finally, let's talk a little bit about autofocus and video application. Autofocus is very decent. It's not the fastest in the world. It is not the slowest in the world either. It's okay, you know, it's enough for me to do some general tracking and things like that. It's not a sports lens, and you can't kind of get any sort of fast action, for instance, but it's okay. It's generally okay to just kind of like people walking speed for CAF, for instance. It's like that. But I do like one thing though. The STM motor is ultra quiet, ultra smooth, and that plays a big part in videos, because when you rack focus from the closest to the furthest point, the movement is so smooth and gradual that it looks so creamy and cinematic. You know, I haven't seen something like this before. It's perhaps because they slow the lens motor down to the point that it's just really nice. It's not slow, but it's just like gradual. It's just like one of those, I would say like BBC Planet Earth documentary, when you like film something and just play back in half a speed in a slow motion. It just like had that feeling of it. It's just gradual. It's just nice, smooth. I like it. I really like it. But because of that, I also hate it, because I can't use this lens for filming simply because the fixed lens hood. I can't, you know, I can't put my gradual ND onto it. I can't put anything on top of it because of the lens hood. It's annoying. It's annoying, and also because of the infinity ring. You know, so you can't really do rack focus manually. You just have to rely on the camera AF to do the job for you. But other than that, you know, I would say it's a mixed bag. You know, for my opinion anyway. I love it. The AF it just to the point that I really want to film with this guy, but I can't. It's so frustrating, right? When you see something is so good. But anyway, so this is the AF and video application. You can use it, like I said, you can use it. Just have to slap on a fixed ND or something like the circular ND with 52mm thread. Yeah, just something, just be annoying. I still keep saying annoying. It is annoying, right? It's annoying. So that's it, folks. This is my review for Yongnuo 17mm f1.7 prime for Micro Four Thirds. Am I impressed? Yes, I am. Would I recommend it? Heck yes. I would totally recommend this lens to any beginner level photographers, as well as people who want to get an affordable wide angle prime lens for your Micro Four Thirds system over the Olympus or the Panasonic equivalent. Not that they're bad, they're extremely good. I love the manual focus ring on these, the Olympus lens. I love the image quality also coming from the Panasonic 15-1.7, for instance. They're all brilliant lenses, but they cost over 2 times the price of this guy right here. So if you want something that without breaking your bank, I think the Yongnuo lens certainly have a very unique proposition. So if you're interested in that, please do let me know in the comment section below what you think about what Yongnuo is doing at the moment, or what sort of thing you would like Yongnuo to make for Micro Four Thirds. For instance, they already have a zoom, which is towards the 35 f2.8 to f4. Maybe a 35 to 70? I don't know, 35 to, I don't know, something, right? 100. Just be like the Panasonic Lumix line, the 35 to 100 f2.8, for instance. I would like to see something like this. That might be quite interesting to see from them. But anyway, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited to really see someone making Micro Four Thirds lenses. I mean, I've been almost begging, you know, Viltrox, Sirui, you know, like Laowa to make Micro Four Thirds lenses for a while. And nowadays, these guys seems to be concentrating on APS-C and full frame format. So it is definitely something a hole needs to be plugged and also a gap needs to be filled. And I'm really happy to see Yongnuo currently probably the only guy making micro four third lens at the moment. And I'm not sure when Olympus OM system or Panasonic is going to make anything equivalent to update their 1.8 lenses or 1.7 lenses. I really hope that I will see some updated version of these guys here because they are brilliant, and maybe one day, maybe one day, but at the moment I can't really see that happening, so we have to rely on third party like Yongnuo. But so well done Yongnuo, well done for you to at least pay some attention to us micro four third users. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and you know what to do. Give me a thumb in the section, give me a thumb if you like this video, and sub if you want to stay in touch with all things photography and filmmaking. And please don't forget to leave some comments down below. Until next time, I see you all very soon. Happy shooting. Bye for now. Peace. Welcome to the bonus sections, and yes, I am genuinely really excited about the Yongnuo 17mm f1.7, and really is, you know, everything I said in the video is true because I haven't seen anyone making lenses for quite a while. I just think that, you know, people should pay more attention to micro four third platform, even though that I know everyone is craving for full frame and larger format these days, but micro four third is still a very valid system. I still use it for work. I use shoot with this GX7 and the OM1 Mark II, for instance. Yeah, they are capable machines. They are definitely capable machines, and I think the whole point of micro four third is about portability, small sizes, and these dinky little prime lenses are brilliant. You know, they are really, really good. That is kind of the strength of micro four third system. I know the pro lenses are good. I use them for work, but let's say if I want to travel, I still travel with these dinky lenses because they are just so lightweight and so mobile. I could just walk along all day without feeling, you know, tight at all. So something new is good. Something new from third party is also good because that means that someone hasn't forgotten about micro four third. Well done, Yongnuo. Well done, Yongnuo. I really appreciate what you've done. Anyway. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, please do remember I do have a lot more to come because there's another lens I'm testing at the moment that comes from Japan, and this is the lens coming from Japan. I'm not going to tell you too much about it at the moment. It does actually can be used on full frame, APS-C or micro four third just via an adapter. So at the moment I have the full frame version and also the micro four third version as well. So I have been shooting with this guy and it is pretty neat, which I'll talk about it in the future. So stay tuned for that particular review. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, keep shooting, keep enjoying the sun because summer is almost gone. And yeah, I'm just enjoying the peacefulness at the moment. My kids are inside watching TV, of course, something that I need to address in just a moment. Anyway, until next time, I forgot what I'm going to say now. Stay safe, keep shooting, and keep creative. Okay, until next time, bye for now. Peace.